All right, everybody, what is up? How we doing? Matt Modi here with OddsJam. Unfortunately, with no parlay doc, he just got caught up in his real life job with some meetings and stuff. Pretty rude of them, I understand, but not going to be joined by him tonight. So it'll just be me. So I'll go ahead and give out some of my best bets for Thursday night football that I've already locked in, that are still available. Some stuff that I'm looking for in the future. Meaning bets that I haven't placed yet for tonight. And then we will lock in an SGP for tonight as well. So right off the bat, let me share my screen here. Let's look at some stuff that I have already locked in. So we're looking for anything with a check mark on the left. And I did see a couple. Hockey one, if you want it, Brock Nelson over 2.5 shots on goal was something that I locked in. Another hockey one, Mike Zibanejad, I think I did okay with that. Over 3.5 shots on goal, -110. And I think that is it, unfortunately. So, all right, let me filter for NFL because I'm assuming that's why everybody's here, because that is the name of it. And I see some comments here. The best D-line ever. It's a good question. Honestly, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not too much of a total football historian in that regard, so I couldn't comment. What I will say is if the Phillies end up winning the World Series, is this the best moment the Philly sports fans have ever had? Yes. Do I think they win? I'm incredibly nervous. I'm doing everything I can to manifest an Phillies victory. I just got this hat. My buddy who lives in Philly sent it to me. Got the World Series patch, got the Phillies logo. I got a cheesesteak for dinner. I'm doing it at a place called Taste of Philly. I'm doing everything in my power to will the Phillies to victory. Hopefully everybody is doing the same. We cannot let those cheaters win. We just can't do it. So that's my plea to everybody. Look at yourself in the mirror and make sure that you are contributing towards the vibes, putting your energy towards the Phillies, manifesting a victory. I do see some. I did. No, I didn't. I thought I saw some prize picks on here, but I'll look into some. So looks like, I mean, this is a pretty good price. The Texans plus 14.5. Every other book has it in the -130s, -120s. I mean, do I think they cover just from like handicapping? Probably not. But it's a good price. So where is that? So the play that we're looking at here is Texans plus 14.5. And that's fine. Honestly, if the Eagles win, but don't cover 14.5, that's totally fine. I will take the Eagles losing against the spread, but winning straight up. And if that also means the Phillies win, I'll do whatever I can. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Texans plus 14.5. If you have Bally Bet, that's a pretty good price. It's telling me to put a unit on it, which I will do. The Eagles have covered every spread this year except for 2, but 14.5 is a lot of points. Maybe the Eagles get up to a massive lead and they just kind of sit on it. Something they didn't do last week. Maybe they do it tonight. But this is going to be the first thing that I'll lock in. Texans, Texans plus 14.5, -105 odds. Let me pull up FanDuel actually, because I need to make sure. There's a boost that I also really like. So I like both of them, but I like this one. This one has the best EV. The true line on this, I calculated it to be like plus 180. I did on a video on the OddsJam YouTube channel. I mean, the Eagles are like as close to a lock as it gets. They have like a 86% chance of victory if you just look at the odds. So basically what you're getting here is the Phillies to win at plus 220 odds. So if you max this out and then you take the Astros money line somewhere else, you could make that a pretty sweet arb. I'm not doing that because why would I ever want to bet those cheaters? But that's a pretty good way to take advantage of this. You're basically just getting the Phillies to win at plus 220 because the Eagles are so close to a lock. So this boost I thought is really good. So I just want to mention that. But this is the first bet that we're locking in. Texans plus 14.5. Come on. Let's see what else we can lock in for tonight. Devonta Smith receptions. I'm going to sit this one out. 50 cents of juice. It's a lot. Let me actually filter this. There we go. That's much better. OJ, this one I actually do really like. OJ Howard over 1.5 receptions. I don't know how sweet or how familiar you guys are of this, but the Texans are missing both of their top receivers. They're missing Brandon Cooks and they're missing Nico Collins. So someone like OJ Howard, 2 receptions is not a lot. He's also not had a fantastic year, but for the value, I think that's pretty good. So we want receptions over 1.5 plus 120. I'm going to put $50 on this one. OJ Howard. Oh, I got to log in. Don't laugh at my name. OJ Howard over 1.5 receptions plus 120. You can get that at Barstool. You can get that at by Rivers, Unibet. I think TwinSpires. They all use the same odds provider. So this bet has been. Oh, do I not have enough money? I only have $25. I don't use Barstool that often. So I'm going to put 25 on Barstool. The reason why I chose them, chose Barstool is because I'm pretty heavily limited on Bet Rivers. So I probably won't be able to get the full 20 or full 50. Maybe they'll let me get 25. Normally they cap me at like 15, but we'll see. So, but anyways, the play that I'm locking in here is OJ Howard over 1.5 receptions. So I want to go to player receiving. I want to go to OJ Howard. Still there. Let's see if they let me get 25. It did. That's very nice of them. So I was able to get a full 50 on this one. So I'm just going to track it as a full 50. And all right, so that's the second one that we're locking in here. AJ Brown over 68.5 receiving yards. I don't know how I feel about this one. Let me look into it a little bit more. All right, if you have Thrive, you should hammer AJ Brown over 60.5 receiving yards. You should definitely add that. Although this one's pretty good because I wanted to see where the other books price it. Every other book has it higher. So I think this one's good for half a unit. AJ Brown over 68.5 receiving yards. I will admit, like for my own handicapping, I actually really like Devontae Smith tonight because the Eagles, seriously? Okay. 1 second. Remember me, whatever. Because what was I saying? Totally lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I like a Devontae Smith night tonight because if you look at the Eagles, what they've done every week, one of the two studs, AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, has a bad game. The following week, the Eagles pepper them with targets. It happened in what's going on here, Caesars. It happened in week 1. Devontae Smith didn't have a single catch. Next week, peppered with targets, 7 receptions. The week after that, peppered with targets, 10 receptions for like 150 yards. So tonight, I actually think is a Devontae Smith night, but I'm going to take the math. So here's the third one that we've locked in, AJ Brown, over 68.5 receiving yards. And also, I will say, you can now track your bets, you can now manually sync your sports books. So if you use the OddsJam bet tracker, which I would highly, highly recommend, you can sync your sports books. That way you don't have to manually add stuff anymore. It'll do it for you, which is just a way to do it pretty easily. All right, so Devontae Smith receiving yards. Let's check out this one. See, I like this one for handicapping, but not. Let me look at the rest of the markets because like minus 120, but all 4 of these books have it closer to BetMGM. Pinnacle is the outlier here at minus 160, which is why I don't like this one. But let me look at where the other books price it. Let's see if BetOnline doesn't give prices. I'm going to sit this one out. Actually, I don't like this one. Some books have it higher, but BetOnline doesn't, and these all agree. So I'm going to sit this one out. All right, so I'm going to do some prize picks. I've locked in 3 bets, so I'm going to do some prize picks if there are some good ones, and then I'm going to build the SGP, and then I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. So let's look at prize picks. I guess we don't need NFL because you just won prize picks. So, all right, here I'm going to give you 5. Be ready. Cha-cha boy. Aaron Gordon under 6.5 rebounds. You might not be able to combine these. So take this one out. I'm almost positive you can't combine these. Aaron Gordon under 23.5 points, rebounds, assists. If you had to choose, take the first one. Jeremiah Robinson Earl under 12.5 points, rebounds, assists. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander over 2.5 turnovers. And this is hockey. Kyle Connor over 3.5 shots on goal. I will do some underdog, and then I will build the SGP, and then I will get on out of here because I have to get my setup ready to cheer on the Eagles and, more importantly, the Phillies. This is probably the first time in my life that I will care more about a Phillies game than an Eagles game. All right, so here is a underdog for you. Jeremiah Robinson Earl under 7.5 points. Aaron Gordon under 6.5 rebounds. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who I always forget is on the Nuggets now, under 3.5 rebounds. And Josh Giddey under 6.5 assists for underdog. Now for my SGP. So I'm going to do a handicapping SGP, and I'm just going to do some backing of Devonta Smith because I like him tonight, as I mentioned. I think he's going to score, so I'm going to take Devonta Smith anytime touchdown. Come on, why are these sports books doing this to me? Now I guarantee what's going to happen now is I'm going to have this stupid glitch, the FanDuel glitch. Oh no, it worked. Okay, good for them. All right, Devonta Smith anytime touchdown score. Devonta Smith alt receiving yards 60 plus, and that's the only two I can combine. And we're gonna go with Eagles. Can I do an alternate first half spread, or maybe second quarter spread -3.5 plus 600? This will be the SGP. So I'm gonna put half a unit on this one. Devonta Smith touchdown. Devonta Smith 60 plus receiving yards. Eagles second quarter spread -3.5 for the best second quarter team in the NFL. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Devonta Smith 2+ touchdowns just for a less than quarter of a unit, $20, 2+ touchdowns for Devonta Smith. Again, we're riding Devonta hot tonight. And then the last thing I'm going to do is can you parlay? This is what I want. First touchdown score. Give me Devonta Smith. This is going to be another less than quarter of a unit. We're riding Devonta Smith hot tonight, but regardless, the SGP, which you guys all need to care about because it's for our giveaway. And I actually have gotten one of these to hit. Devonta Smith, anytime touchdown scorer, 60 plus receiving yards, Eagles second quarter -3.5. And let's get it. So again, I plead you, do everything you can to support the Phillies tonight. Manifest energy, however you have to do it, whatever you need to do to send some good vibes. We cannot let those cheaters win, but that's it. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.